It's
So,
because like D is also suitable because he's saying he's writing about the interesting people he encounters, and that's basically what journalists do.
okay,
Like journalists,
let us actually, when we are explaining it, you're gonna understand that the answer is the first, not the last.
yes, I chose it A and I know it's right, but I
Just
think
wait,
D is
just
also
wait. I'm not asking the people here. Just wait. Just
okay.
wait. رماس مريم. اوكي. الله يسامحك يا احمد، الله يسامحك. هم بينقلوا منكم هنا يا شباب. اوكي اوكي. ستوب فايتنج، ستوب فايتنج بدل ما اجيب العصايه، انتوا قدامي، هم بعيد عني، انتوا عارفين العصايه. Okay, so I'm gonna choose Ali Morsi, but unfortunately, Ali Morsi got it wrong. Ali Morsi, help me in this one. What kind of question is this one?
With literary evidence.
Literary. How do you know?
Which quotation?
What he wants from you here?
To find to support the student's claim.
Support the claim. Okay, can you
Mhm.
find claim up?
Yes. Second
Okay,
sentence.
it's here. Yes? Let's read it
Yes.
together, Ahmed. I'm gonna take from the subject till the end of the sentence. Let's read it together. May you read it, please?
A student claims that Tovar blends his areas of expertise by applying journalism techniques to his creations of work of fiction.
Okay, just wait because Ahmed insists that it's D. Now I want to blend. I want to blend two majors right now. Number one, journalism with writing of fiction means writing on real stories or imaginative stories. So journalism that it's fictional with non-fiction. I'm sorry, non-fiction with fiction. Non-fiction, real one, journalism with fictional one that it's a kind of make-up believe stories. Let's look at A. May you read it, Ali, please? Letter A.
For one novel, an imagined account of a real person's global travels, Tovar approached the subject like a reporter, interviewing people the man had met along the way and researching the man's own writings.
Okay. So if you're gonna look here, you're gonna find that we have a kind of blend. We have a kind of blend that we blend the fiction by writing a story for one novel, and he blended by writing about a reporter that he is using journalism inside the story. So this is a kind of blending. And you know that the blend, like I want to make a juice of strawberry plus mango. I'm gonna put them together. Can I separate them from each other? The same thing here. It's a story of a reporter, journalism plus fictional story. Let's look at B. Read it, Ali, please.
Tovar got his start as a volunteer for El Quality, a community
Article.
newspaper. El Tecolote.
It's a good word, yes? But this is a famous one, actually. Hmm. A
a
community.
community news, a community newspaper in San Francisco, and wrote for newspapers for years before earning a degree in creative writing and starting to publish works of fiction.
Okay, Dr. Tamer here in B, he mentioned both of them. But he said he started as a reporter, then he started to be a writer. Where did the blend? Where did the blend? Nothing. Thank you. Letter C.
Many of Tobar's notable nonfiction articles are marked by the writer's use of techniques usually associated with fiction, such as complex narrative structures and the incorporation of symbolism.
Okay, now he said that while he is writing in the journal and the newspaper, he used fictional techniques, but no blending. No blending. He used fictional techniques like symbolism, like whatever narrative style, but he is not blending them together. Let's look at the last one.
The protagonist of Tobar's third novel is a man who wants to be a novelist and keeps notes about interesting people he encounters, so he can use them when developing characters for his stories.
Okay. It's a story, yes, fiction, about a novelist. About a novelist. So both of them actually are what? Are fictional. So we need fictional with journalism. So the answer is A. Clear, Ahmed? Not clear? Read it again. Letter D, Ahmed. I need a blend between journalism that is non-fiction with fiction. And letter D, it's a novel about a novelist. Fiction, fiction.
Yeah, Mister, I know that A is right. Like it's originally right, but why D? Why D is not right too?
Yes, I'm asking you.
It's
I need fiction with non-fiction. Where is the part in D that is non-fiction?
it's D literally says that there's a man who's just writing about interesting people that he encounters, and he uses his get like, and that is journalism. And then he uses
How
their
journalism? I'm
like
sorry. Here he said he was
he
what?
a novelist.
So what do you think? A novelist that writes novels, fiction.
Yes, but he writes about interesting people he encounters.
Yeah. So he can use them when developing characters for his stories. So they are not real.
And that is a technique, like that is journalism related.
No journalism, Ahmed. We are writing news that actually happen. Like I'm gonna say, Ahmed is mixed between D and A. This journalism, okay? But when I say that Ahmed is a smart guy, that one time he went to the school and start thinking about a story to write it. So now it's fiction. It doesn't happen. It's a make-up believe. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. So we are done with this one. We are done with this one, the guy that they are speaking here. We are done with this one. Again, I'm gonna send for you this file and I'm gonna start the last sub skill. And the last sub skill is called quantitative. The last sub skill, okay, Ali. The last sub skill is called quantitative, and you have to pay more attention for because it includes a kind of blending between the scientific and the literary, and you're gonna find right now. Let me send this first. Miss ده انا همسك دلوقتي. tell me miss ها. قول يا مس خلصي. You scared her. You scared her? No. I'm gonna embarrass both of you right now. Just wait. عادي في المعادي. Okay. I have sent the file. Habiba, do you want to ask me the question before I start? No, no. Okay. Now, because of the start of catastrophic homework that I'm gonna ask you to do. Just wait, let me stop share and share it again. And I'm gonna wanna print it for the guys in front of me. So give me time, please. And I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. Yes, Ahmed, please. Bismillah. Pay attention because now we're gonna be analysts. We're gonna use the analysis technique. I'm sorry, I'm just printing for them. Then I'm gonna be with you to explain this kind of sub-skill. While I'm just printing for them, let me remind you of what we covered already. We said that information and ideas has three skills. One of them is evidence. And the evidence has three sub-skills: scientific, quantitative, literary, and then finally quantitative. The other two, inshallah, we're going to go through them. Let me remind you that the first two skills, we got a quiz upon both of them, the scientific and literary, on my website. Today, after we finish the quantitative, you're going to have a special quiz on quantitative. And you're gonna find it on my website and it's open right now. Okay? But after I finish explaining it. No, no, because you have many groups. Okay? Many groups from grade 11, so they finalized those things. Only you're gonna do whatever I told you. The main idea and details, we didn't finish it. We still. So the scientific, I told you in the scientific, the question will have if true phrase. And if true phrase will ask you to support, illustrate, or weaken. And it will ask you to support, illustrate, or weaken a claim. So we're going to search up for claim. A conclusion. So we're going to search a conclusion. You're going to search up for conclude. Hypothesis. You're going to search up for hypothesize. Then we went to the literary and we said that how can you know the literary? From the word quotation. And we said also that the quotation will ask you to support, weaken, or illustrate. Claim, so search up for claim. Conclusion, search up for conclude. Hypothesis, search up for hypothesize. But if we can't find the claim, so forget about the introduction that show the name of the story and the year that was published in, and take from the second sentence till the end. Today is gonna be the same, but it's gonna be a little bit change. Because here you're not gonna find illustrate. You're not gonna find illustrate. You're gonna find something called complete instead of illustrate. And complete is the easiest one. Complete is the easiest one. Why? In complete, you're going to look at the last sentence. And in level 2 and level 3, you're going to read it before. But mostly, complete is going to be as easy as something that you never said before. And you're going to find support and weaken. And support and weaken, we're going to do the same. But here, the only difference between scientific, literary, and quantitative, that in the quantitative, we have a new part. In the scientific and literary, we have only 3 parts. We have the text, the question, the choices. In the quantitative, you will have the graph. And this graph can be a table. This graph can be a table. Whenever you're answering, you have to look at the graph. Whenever you're answering, you have to look at the graph because you're going to get the information that you want to support or weaken or to complete from the graph. I'm going to be with you right now explaining on the paper, but just I'm using my improvising technique while I'm printing. ايه رأيك؟ تعرف تشرحي كده وانت بتعملي مالتي تاسك؟ عشان تعرفي بس يا حبيبي. ايه رأيك يا مريومة؟ اللي في الاونلاين مش شايفين اللي انا بعمل ايه. انا قاعد اشرح وقاعد اعمل حاجة تانية. تحب اسوقلك المكتب وانا Do you know that I do remember that sometimes I drive my car while I'm talking or lecturing, and finally I found myself in front of the destination. I start asking myself how I arrived. But I said that this from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not because I'm smart. Something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala start giving to me. Because I start asking myself how I arrived to my destination. How? Okay. And on the paper that I send it to you or the sheet that I send it to you, the last question, they are my questions. You're going to find dumb questions by the end. As you know, that my questions are the hardest question. They are dumb. And you're not going to find whatever I'm going to explain right now on them, okay? So why you are putting those kind of questions? Because I want actually you to be trained on how to analyze a graph. On how to analyze a graph. Yes. Tell me, حبيبي. Inshallah, August 2027. ما يا حبيبي انت في جريد 9 يا حبيبي، انت في جريد 9 يا ماما. What? Ah, you can enter and get 1,600, but it will not be useful for you because they expire for this test 2 years. So you have to enter by grade 11, not by grade 10, not by grade 9. What? The people in grade 10, the first trial for them that is calculated August 2026. Yours is August 2027. You got it? You can enter a trial, but even if you got 1,600, it's not going to be calculated. I'm sorry, Muhammad, I'm going to print another one. Yes, you can make a trial. And I'm going to tell you a kind of thing that most of the teachers will not tell you about. People sometimes get scared because if they are going to enter a trial that is not calculated, maybe they are going to get bad mark. So they start asking, okay, what about this mark? College board are going to keep us with this mark always. Does not happen. Layan, I'm sorry, I'm going to use Layan as an example. Layan, Muhammad's sister, she wasn't with me and she entered the test without me before. She got 400 for first trial. So when she joined me in less than a month, and I told you this many times, she increased 200 marks, 250 marks, I think. She got 650. And she is now with me because she intended to get higher. Okay? So whatever is mentioned by mamas is better, about that if you enter and got a bad mark, this will affect you, it's not. But to solve this problem, you can do an account and enter with. Then after that, on the trial that you want to be calculated, make another account but with different email. With different email. And take care. This account that you're going to do it in College Board is so important. Why? Because this will let you to enter the college. Without this password and username, because some teachers start asking you to give them the password and username, then after that, start asking you to give them money to return back the username and password. This yours. يعني لو شاكك في بابا وماما ان هم ياخدوه اصلا ما تديهولهمش. I'm just kidding. Don't give your password and username to anybody for College Board. It's your treasure. And I'm going to tell you something for the people that they are outside Egypt. The people that they are outside Egypt, they want to enter Egypt. Till now, the Ministry of Education said that only Arabic and history for the people. I'm sorry. I know that Ahmed is in Egypt. So only for the people that they are in Egypt, 20%. But the people that they are outside Egypt, they don't have Arabic and history till now. Alhamdulillah. Yes, till now. Till now. خلي بالكم انه ممكن تغيروا. Okay. So let me repeat again. This skill, please concentrate. Ahmed, open the camera, please. This skill is called quantitative evidence. He will ask you to support, to weaken, and to complete. Complete actually is going to be easy. Complete the statement. So where we're going to look at the last sentence. Mostly it's going to be the last sentence. And mostly it's going to be level 1. The easiest one. Level 1. Support and weaken is going to be the same. Support or weaken. A claim, so search for claim. Conclusion, search for conclude. Hypothesis, search for hypothesize. The only difference between the literary, scientific, and quantitative that we have another new part, the graph that you can see. Let me just start the first one. How I know that this is quantitative? From the graph only. What he wants from us here? To complete Thank you. Dr. Tamer told us if it's complete, look at the last sentence. Are you sure, Dr. Tamer? Let's try. Let's give a try. He said the main contributors to the word's urbanization since 1970, 1970 is here, 1970 in the graph is here, have been countries like Algeria. So he wants Algeria. Algeria is here, the triangle. That is 40, around 40. Thank you. Easy. So now he wants 1970 Algeria only. He doesn't want France, Japan, Nigeria. He doesn't want them. So let's look. Whose population went from less than 20 urban in 1970? No, Algeria in 1970 was around 40. So less than 20, it's not right. Thank you. Less than 40? I think yes, it's less than 40. Maybe. But let's complete. To around 90% urban in 2020. So he want Algeria in 2020. So here. Is it 90? No, it's 70. Thank you. So this is wrong. Around 40? Yes, in 1970 it's around 40. Urban 1970 to more than 70% in 2020. Yes, it's more than 70. So it can be C. Right information. I didn't read anything. I just complete the statement. Around 50% in urban 1970? No, it's around 40. So the answer is C. With kind of looking at the question. Ahmed, did you miss anything? Okay. I will get more. Okay, guys. So let me ask you, Ahmed Saeed, clear? Okay. Ali Morsi, clear? Okay. Swalam, clear? Okay. Asser, he closes his, okay, when he comes. Mariam, clear? Muhammad, clear? رماس كلير. يا خلاص، ما انا شفتك وانا لازم ابص على عينيك يا رماس. هتبرى منك يا رماس بعد كده. لا ماما. شيري كلير. اوكي. حبيبه كلير. بص حبيبه خلاص على طول. يوسف عملت ايه؟ عملت ايه؟ كده. يوسف يسري كلير. اوكي. ناردين كلير. ليان كلير. اوكي هعيد تاني مرة تانية عشان البي. So here what the difference between scientific, literate, quantitative, that we have a graph. We have to ask, or the question will ask you to support, you're gonna be with. Weaken, you're gonna be against. Complete, you're gonna look at the last sentence. In some cases that they are level 2 and level 3, you have to read before, but if there is missing information. Okay, here how I know that this quantitative from the graph, what he wants to complete. I look at the last sentence. He said the main contributor to the word's urbanization since 1970 have been countries like Algeria. Algeria here, 1970 here, so I have to look at the triangle. He said less than 20% urban 1970. In 1970 it was around 40. Wrong. Less than 40%, maybe. In 1970 to around 90% urban 2020. In 2020 is 70, not 90. So this wrong. Around 40% urban 1970. Yes, it's here. To more than 70% urban 2020. Yes, yes, it's bigger than 70. So it can be around 50. Wrong. It's around 40. So the answer is C. Clear? حبيبة تمام يلا. Who will help me? I finish. Ali Swalem. Ali Swalem, how do you know that this question is quantitative?
الجراف.
The graph or the schedule. What he wants from you here, Ali?
هو هنا عايز
Huh?
الكومبليت، فاشوف اخر سنتنس.
Complete. Look at what?
اخر سنتنس.
The last sentence. Thank you, Ali. Please listen to me. Please listen to me because this is so important. He said participant evaluation varied. So I need now that the evaluation to be different. To be different. Widely. Depending on which occupation. Wait. What the meaning of which occupation? When I ask you, which sport do you like? Do I mean one sport only that I'm giving you a choice between them? No. It must be at least how many? Two. Which sport do you like? Football or basketball? Which fruit do you like? Banana or mango? Which parents do you like? Father or mother? So now I give you at least two. At least أنا على فكرة بسأل السؤال ده على طول. Which that you have to give at least two choice. So whenever you find the word which نكتب الحتة دي. Whenever you find the word which mean that at least you are making a choice between two different things. So two different things was being considered, for example. So now I want different evaluation and different occupation. Go on and find the answer. Go on and find the answer. You can open the file from your WhatsApp. I need different evaluation for different two occupation. Two different evaluation for two different occupation. Yes, choice between two at least. Two, how? Yeah. Two different evaluation for two different occupation at least. على فكرة أنا ممكن أجيبها من التشويسز من غير ما أبص في الجدول. أنا شاطر. Sometimes those kind of question can become easily. We are not going to look at the table up. Two different occupation with two different evaluation. And just to stress on the answer that I got, I can look up to find that it's right or wrong. Two different occupation with two different evaluation. شايف ناس ما شاء الله بدأت تحل. I got the answer from Asir. Perfect. From Ali Morsi. No, Ali. I said two different occupation, two different evaluation. From Ahmed. No, Ahmed. Two different occupation with two different evaluation. From Suelan, perfect. From Layan, no Layan, I need two different evaluation with two different occupation. Yes, Ahmed, right now. From Nardine, perfect. No Ali Morsi, no. Two different occupation with two different evaluation. Perfect, Cherry. Yes, Ali Morsi. Yes, now it's right. Okay, let me see. Habiba. Rimas. Just wait. Mariam. Muhammad. Waiting for Rimas. Yusuf Yusri. You didn't write Yusuf Yusri. I forgot you. Again, Yusuf Yusri. Here he said participant evaluation varied. So I need two data that they are different. And here he said which occupation for two different occupation. Yes, Liam. Now right. Waiting for Rimas and for Yusuf Yusri. Two different occupation with two different evaluation. Two different occupation, not the same. I got it from Rimas. Waiting for Yusuf Yusri. Two different occupation with two different evaluation. And I'm recording this session actually to have a look at again, to listen to it again. Okay, I got it from Yusuf Yusri. Okay. All of you are right, despite that some people, the first trial or the second trial was wrong. Let me say it again. How I know that this question is quantitative from the table. So here what you want to complete. So I'm gonna read the last sentence. He said participants evaluation varied. The evaluation of the participant must be different, widely depending on which occupation. Which occupation means I have at least two occupation. I have at least two occupation. I have at least two occupation was being considered, for example. Okay, so now I make an interpretation for myself. I need two different occupation, at least with two different evaluation. Let's look at the first one. He said 47% of participants believe that it's somewhat or very likely that a robot could work effectively as a teacher. Okay, Dr. Tamer, teacher, 47. Okay, let's continue. But 37% of respondents believe that it's somewhat or very unlikely that a robot could do so. 37, I'm sorry. Here I have only one occupation. One occupation with two different evaluation. But he told us which occupation. So we need two different occupation. Thank you, it's not the answer. Let's look at B. 9% of participants were neutral about whether a robot could work effectively as a television news anchor, which is the same percent of participants who were neutral when asked about the robot working as a surgeon. Yes, here television news anchor 9, it's right. And here the surgeon 9, it's right. I have two different occupation, but the same evaluation. 9 and 9. I need two different evaluation. Thank you. Let's look at C. 62% of participants believe that it's somewhat or very unlikely that a robot could work effectively as a firefighter. Okay, firefighter here. And we have 62 here. Okay, where is the other occupation? Where is the other evaluation, ya shabab? Where is the other evaluation? Thank you. It's not. The last one. 82% of participants believe it's somewhat or very likely that a robot could work effectively as a tour guide. Tour guide is here, and 82 is here. I'm sorry. Tour guide is here, and 82 is here. Let's look at the second part. But only 16% believe that it's somewhat or very likely that a robot could work as a surgeon. Surgeon here and 6% here. I have two different occupation with two different evaluation. This what he wants. This what he wants. Let's look at what come after. Now it's level 3. Level 3 and the turn for Acer.
Yes,
Okay, Acer. How do you know that this is quantitative?
because the graph.
From the graph. What he wants from you here, Acer?
أو فين طلعت من شكله weaken.
Weaken what, Acer?
The team's hypothesis.
Hypothesis. What you're gonna search up Acer for? Hypothesize. Can you find it? Help me.
Sentence.
Yes, here. So I'm gonna take the part till the end. بالله نركز بقى. Because I want to weaken to prove that this is wrong from the graph. To prove whatever is highlighted is wrong from the graph. Here he said what? A team. خلي بالكم ده أول سؤال في ال one prep. ده كان أول سؤال في one prep. أول ما تفتح one prep ده أول سؤال أهو. أهو one prep أهو. I'm gonna open the command of evidence. بصوا يا شباب، اول سؤال اهو. اول سؤال اهو، اتغششتكم. So, a team of political scientists hypothesized that municipalities are much more likely to care to what? To respond to firms and offer incentives if expansion can be announced in time to benefit local elected official than if they can't. So here he said that if we announce our plan before the election, it's gonna be better. I wanna show that this is wrong. I wanna show that this is wrong. But wait, Dr. Tamer, does he talk about no response? Does he talk here about no response? No. So don't mention it. It's not mentioned in the thing here. Don't mention it. Go on. Find the answer, write it on the chat box. Whenever you find the answer no response, don't take it. Didn't respond, didn't, can't respond, don't take it. Because he never mentioned here anything about no response. He said only that I want to weaken this, that the announcement before the election is better than the announcement after for responding and offered incentives. He didn't never, or he never speak about no response. Find the answer, please. I have people start answering. Excellent, Layan. Excellent, Cherry. Excellent, Ahmed. Excellent, آسر. ايوه كده. علي مرسي. Why يا علي? I want Ali to weaken. With the choice that you choose, you support. Excellent, Nardine. Waiting for Ali Swalam. And Yusuf Yusri from the online. From Ali Mursi, yes. Now it's right. Excellent, Yusuf Yusri. Excellent, Ali Swalam. Okay, let's find right now. Rimes. Mariam. Muhammad. Habiba. May you wait? Okay. Just we're waiting for Habiba to give me the answer. Again, I want to weaken. I want to weaken the highlighted one. I want to say that no, I'm not going to say. Because if I said, Habiba will catch it. I want to weaken. But here, he never mentioned anything about no response. So I delete any answer, or I'm going to delete any answer that has no response. I need something related to these two. Responded to inquiry and offered incentive. To show the opposite. Huh? Unfortunately, we have 4 mistakes. Ali, Maryam, Muhammad, Habiba. Let's find. Again, what I want from here, how I know that this quantitative from the graph. What he wants to weaken. Weaken what? The hypothesis. See, it will support. See, it will support, not weaken. See, will support, not weaken. So, you want to weaken the hypothesis. So, I'm going to search for hypothesize. It's here. He said a team of political scientists hypothesized that municipalities are much more likely to respond to firms and offer incentives if expansion can be announced. It can be announced in time to benefit local elected official than if they can. So I want to prove the opposite, that it will not be affected, whether it will be announced before or after. Let's look at A. A large majority of the municipality that received the inquiry mention plans for an announcement before the next election didn't respond. I don't need it. Because I said he never mentioned here no response. So I'm not going to take it. The proportion of municipality that responded to the inquiry or offered incentive didn't substantially differ across the announcement time and condition. يا شباب قبل وبعد زي بعض، قبل وبعد زي بعض، يعني الكلام اللي بيقوله غلط. الكلام اللي بيقوله غلط. He said that if it's announced before the first election, it's gonna be better. And I want to prove that this is wrong. Maryam, Muhammad. So here what he said that, look here, he said this is substantially different. So here in B, that will weaken مش مختلف اهو، سواء اعلن قبل سواء اعلن بعد، الاثنين قد بعض. Never or they did substantially differ. So the answer is B. Let's look at C, that you choose it. Only around half the municipality that responded to inquiry mentioning plans for an announcement before the next election offered incentive. This support. Before the next election, they will offer. And actually, it's half for both. So it will not support or weaken. Let's look at D. Of the municipality that received an inquiry mention plan for an announcement date after the next election, more than 1,200 didn't respond. I don't need didn't respond, so the answer is B. Clear, Muhammad? Clear, Maryam? Clear, حبيبة؟ انت بتفكري لسه كلير ولا مش كلير؟ تمام. كلير علي مرسي؟ Ali, take care that we have two in a row. You have to do better on the comment. والله اللي هيغلط في دي لا يتضرب. والله حتى لو في بيتك. والله ما بهزر. وحياة ربنا ما بهزر. ده مش ليفل 1. ده ليفل اني. عارفين جراند اني؟ ده فرنش ده. ما انا مش هقول دونكي فبقول اني. طيب مين اللي هيحل معايا؟ مريم. How do you know that this quantitative? Graph. What he wants here? Complete. So we're going to look. The last sentence. Read it, Mariam. Thank you. Where is Gurner? Here. So which one? This. يلا اوصفوا لي ده. اوصف لي ده بس. ايه ده؟ مفيش حد كتب الانسر؟ يا لهوي. يا لهوي. والله حرام. اوصف لي ده بس اهو. اوصف لي ده اهو. I got the answer from علي مرسي. Excellent. بس الناس لسه بتفكر يا شباب والله حرام. From يوسف يسري. Excellent. المادة دي كانت اسمها عندنا كده وانا صغير يعني في الثانوية العامة كان اسمها احصاء واقتصاد. انا جبت فيها 50 من 50. ما اعرفش ازاي. From ناردين. Excellent. From أحمد. Excellent. From سويلم. Excellent. From Sherry. Excellent. From ليان. Excellent. انا شايف ناس لسه ما حلتهاش معانا ولا ايه؟ ايه يا عم آسر؟ Excellent. اوكي. محمد. حبيبة. رماس. مريم. ايوه كده. بس سفران برضه اخدنا فيها وقت. Here, as Mariam said, how I know that this quantitative, everyone is right for this one. How I know that this quantitative from the graph. What you want to complete. Complete what? The last sentence. For example, the Gorner Glacier had. This Gorner is the largest. So he said a larger area than either the Fisher Glacier or the Antirar Glacier. Yes, it's the bigger one. So it's A. Let's look at B. A smaller area than Fisher? No, it's bigger. Thank you. A smaller area than either? No. A larger area than the Fisher Glacier? Yes, but a smaller area than Antirar? No. So the answer is A. Let's look at this one. ايه يا عم ده؟ ايه اللعبكة دي؟ احنا ناقصين لعبكة، احنا عارفين نحل القريب عشان نحل اللعبكة دي. مين اللي عليه الدور؟ محمد. How do you know that this quantitative graph what he wants here complete. طيب عشان بس نعرف، بس عشان مش حد يفتكر ان دي سهله. This is level 3 وهقول لكم ليه دلوقتي. اوكي محمد, we're gonna look the last sentence. مش من هنا ها؟ ده مش last sentence عشان ما فيش حد يقول لي اهو ما في دوت. ده abbreviation for the name. So I'm gonna read this. I want to complete it. He said monitoring the activity levels of mice. Okay. By measuring how frequently the animals broke infrared beams crossing their enclosures. Corey et al. found that احنا وصلنا بقى للجزء اهو يلا ها. The mice in their study showed what? 6 specific differences. So I need now something that mentioned that there is a difference between female and male. Difference between female and male. In response to what? To neuron activation of of What is neuron activation دكتور تامر يا حبيبة ليان ناردين? What is neuron activation مريم? Then the problem that I have now a terminology that I don't understand it. So where are we gonna look up to know the neuron activation. Because of that it's level 3. So to investigate the influence of certain estrogen responsive neuron on energy expenditure, biologist Tiffany Courer et al. Treated female and male mice with either saline solution or colzapine in 4 oxide. Thank you. So now I need the answer. كده بقى سهل اهو. عاوز الانسر في CNO وفي saline وفي difference between male and female. والله اسهل ما يمكن بقى دلوقتي. خلاص ايه موتوك خلاص. هي راحت جايبه هنا اوبن. معلش يا حبيبي اوبن خلي رماس اوبن الويندو. حل انت يا حبيبي. I need now an answer that show CNO, not only CNO and saline, and there is a difference between female and male. اهو انا والله سهلتها لكم. CNO وسالاين وميل وفيميل differences. يعني ما تجيب لي CNO لوحده ولا تجيب لي سالاين لوحده. نجيب CNO وسالاين and male and female differences. شفتوا انا حليتها لكم ازاي؟ مع ان دي ليفل 3. بيرفكت آسر. الشباب ما شاء الله عليهم. بيرفكت ليان. الله الله يا ليان ايه الشطارة دي؟ يعني انا افتكرتك بتكتب انسر يا آسر تاني. جو يا آسر. بيرفكت شيري. ايوه كده. بيرفكت سويلم. Take care when he mentions something that is not mentioned the terminology. Perfect Ahmed. You have to read up. يوسف يسري. والناس اللي هتحل كتير هتفرح كتير. بيرف. طب اعمل فيك ايه يا ناردين؟ اعمل فيك ايه بس؟ اعمل فيك ايه؟ ده انا بقول لك mention CNO وسالاين وmention differences between male and female. ماشي يا علي يا مرسي. excellent. حبيبة. مريم، محمد، ريماس. Quickly, please. حبيبة مريم, waiting for them. I need CNO saline difference between female and male. والله أنا مش هبص خالص في الجراف والله. لا يا ناردين. ماما جنبك. Open the camera ناردين. ماما جنبك.
لا.
طب قول لي هات العصاية وتعالى يا ماما.
بي.
يا ناردين حرام. ده انا بقول لك CNO. اوف ما تجاوبيش تاني. كفايه كده. كفايه كده. يا ناردين CNO صلاين وفي ميل وميل. اوكي حبيبه. شفتيها خلاص. شفتي والله ما هبص على الجراف ولا هاجي جنبه.
خلاص ماشي.
ازعل ولا ما ازعلش؟
لا.
Okay. Let's find again how I know that this is quantitative question because of the graph. Don't close the camera, Nardine, please. Here,
So I was
he
closing
asked
the mic.
me what?
I was closing the mic.
Okay. Here he asked me to complete, so I'm going to look at the last sentence. He said, monitoring the activity levels of the mice by measuring how frequently the animals broke infrared beams crossing their enclosure. Correa et al. Found that the mice in their study showed 6 specific differences. So now I need the difference between female and male in response to neuron activation. The problem that I don't know what activate the neuron. So because of that, I'm going to look up. Because of that, I'm going to look up. He said to investigate the influence of certain estrogen, or estrogen as you said it, responsive neurons on energy expenditure. Biologist Tiffany Correa et al. Treated female and male mice with either saline solution or clozapine in 4-oxide CNO. So now to activate the neurons, so now I know what activate the neurons, CNO or saline, and I need difference between female and male. Let's look at 8. The 4 groups of mice differ greatly in their activity. In their activity. Which answer is this, Ahmed? You are putting an answer right now. Keep with me, Ahmed. Don't go to the other one. So, the 4 groups of mice differ greatly. Okay, I need now that he mentioned the difference between female and male by mentioning, just wait, Ahmed, by mentioning the 4 groups. Let's continue. In their activity levels before treatment, but showed identical. Yani the first part is right. The first part is right, ya habiba. But the second part is wrong. No identical. No, I'm looking, I'm talking. No identical. I want to show the differences. B, CNO, treated females, showed a substantial increase and then decline in activity over the monitoring period, whereas CNO treated males showed a substantial decline in activity followed by steep increase. I'm not going to look at the graph. Why? Because saline is not mentioned here. I'm not going to look at the graph. It's mentioned saline. Let's look at C. Saline treated females show substantially more activity at certain points in the monitoring period than saline treated males. I'm not going to look at the graph. Why? Because CNO is not mentioned. Look here. CNO treated females showed more activity relative to saline treated females. Yeah. Let's look here. So, CNO, he said, CNO treated females more than saline treated females. So the triangle bigger than the square. Yes, the triangle is up, bigger than the square. And he mentioned now saline. CNO for females. Complete. I need now for males. Then CNO treated males showed relative to saline treated males. So now I need the circle is bigger than the star. And both the females bigger than the males. So now did the right answer he mentioned. All the groups, CNO, salines, and male and female. Clear, Nardine? Now.
Yes.
Okay. The last one was Muhammad. Now Rimas. Rimas, you're going to help me. How do you know that this question is quantitative? from the graph what he asked you to do here? Support. Support what? Assertion. What is the verb of assertion? Assert. Can you find assert up? Okay. So I need to support this one. خليكم معايا بقى برضو عشان فيها لعبة. Level 3. Ego and her team assert that countries were in each region. Allah. Each, that means we have to mention all those. West, north, south, east, central. He said in each region reported effect on provisioning. Where is provisioning? Here. So we need to mention all of these also. Service, and that provisioning services represent the majority. Where is the majority? Here. They are 75. Okay. The majority of the reported services. Okay, wait. He didn't mention regulating. He didn't mention cultural. So whenever he didn't mention anything, I'm not going to bring it. Now write the answer. So I need that he want to show that provisioning services is mentioned for all region countries, and the majority, it has two goals, and the majority is 75. So did the first goal, did the second goal. Find the answer. I have people here wrote the answer. No, Ahmed. He mentioned only two here, Ahmed. He didn't mention all of them. No answer. He mentioned only two. He didn't mention all of them. Yes, Ahmed. But in the second answer, he didn't mention the majority. He didn't mention the second goal. Swalem. He mentioned only two countries, not all. Nardine, there is a part here that he never asked about. And your choice. Perfect, Layan. MashaAllah. Perfect, Layan. Yeah, no Swalem. There is a part now that is not mentioned in the one that I want to support it. حتى أنا عملت كروس عليها فوق. Asir, now it's right. Ahmed, what you choose right now has a part that I don't need it. We said Swalem. Okay, Swalem, it's right now. Ali Morsi. He mentioned only two countries, Ali Morsi. He didn't mention all of them. Yeah, yes, Ali Morsi. Yes, Nardine now. Perfect, Sherry. Who still? Yusuf Yusri? Yusuf Yusri. We're waiting for you. I need to mention all countries plus the majority on provisioning. Waiting for Yusuf Yusri. I need to be report for each region. Each region. To mention all of them. All of them. Huh? You got it, Yusuf? All of them. And to mention again the majority. Write your answer, Yusuf. Okay, let's find Yusuf. No يوسف. No يوسف. طيب يا شباب عشان انا عندي ناس كتيرة جابت دي غلط. نو احمد نو يا شباب، ليه ما هو again نركز بقى هنا، نركز. What we want from us, how I know that this quantitative from the table, what you want to support what assertion. So I'm gonna search for the verb assert. It's here. He said Ego and her team assert that countries in each region. هنا مستخدم indefinite pronoun. And we know the indefinite pronoun each, every, none, all, something, no one, nobody, nothing. And we have certain indefinite pronouns that can mention all of them, like all, like some, like several. مجمعين هو grammar على reading. Each region reported effects on provisioning services. So I need to mention all of these. And that provisioning services represent the majority of the reported services. And they want this, so I have two goals. All of these and this. I never mention regulating. I never mention cultural, ya habiba. So let's look at C. Provisioning services are shown for each region. Okay, thank you. That right. While no cultural services are shown for some region, I don't need cultural. This number one. Number two, where is the majority? It's never mentioned. So C is wrong. Let's look at A. Provisioning services represent 73% of the services reported for the West region. Here he mentioned West. And 33% of those for the Central region. Here he mentioned Central. What about North, South, and East? It's not mentioned. But they represent 75. Yes, 75% and the majority. Okay, but he never mentioned North, South, and East. Thank you. It's not A. Let's look at B. None. كده مجمع اهو. مفيش حد فيكم راجل. يا حته اللي ما فيهاش راجل يروح الحته كلها نازله ضرباني. صح ولا لا؟ مش انا ما اقول يا حته ما فيكيش راجل يبقى انا كده جمعت. ده الناس مش عارفه عربي. معلش اللي قدامي مش فاهمين العربي. ما تيجي تدخلي خناقه يا حبيبه في الكلاس كده وتروح قايله لهم يا كلاس ما فيهوش راجل. اكيد ما فيهوش راجل صح. عموما يعني تقولي none of this class is clever. ايه رأيك؟ هيقوموا كلهم يدوك بالايه؟ بالله انت فاهمه. فهير I mention all of them. None of the percentage shown for provisioning services are lower than 33. Yes, none is lower than 33. So now it mentioned all of them. It mentioned all of them. None is lower than 33. All of them not lower. This is 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 not lower. So it mentioned all of them. Okay, the second goal. And the overall percentage shown for provisioning service, 75. Yes, thank you. The answer is B. And we said C is wrong. Why it's wrong? Let's look at D. The greatest percentage shown for provisioning service is 88. The greatest 88. Okay. So the greatest 88. I think now it mentioned all. For the North region. And the least shown for positions. Okay, he mentioned all because I'm going to look at the greatest. This is not the greatest, so I look at all. This is not the least, so I look at all. Okay. Where is the majority? Where is the majority? Where is the second goal? Where is the majority? So D is not the right answer. B is the right. Ahmed Saeed, clear? ليه يا أحمد؟ انا هنا كده يا احمد مش هختارها عشان ما قلتش culture service ما كنتش عندي. مش هختار A لان هو mention only two countries. مش هختار D اهو من الاخر لان ما جابش الماجوريتي. 75. كلير احمد؟ اوكي. علي مرسي كلير؟ اوكي. شيرك open your camera please. علي سويلم كلير؟ اوكي. آسر كلير؟ اوكي. رماس حبيبة يوسف يسري كلير؟ ركزوا يا شباب في الانديفينيت بروناون. ناردين كلير؟ اوكي. الاسئله الغبيه بقى بتاعتي انا بقى، دي اللي بقى الغبغب بتوع انا. الدال كويشن، دم عارفين دم. Okay. You're not gonna answer it now. You're not gonna answer it now. This is gonna be homework. These are my question. So your homework from number 6 till number 10. ما كلهم question بتاعي بقى هم dumb questions يعني. From 6 till 10. Okay. One prep. نسمع بقى الحتة الجميلة دي. نسمع الحتة الجميلة دي. One prep. والله لن أتنازل إن حضرتك تحل لي 245 questions. 240 أهو شايفين أهو 245 questions. نهاركم أبيض بقى اللي مش هيحل 245 questions. لا مش 2 weeks، لا السامري 2 weeks، مش عاوز أسمع كلام. 245 questions احنا حلين منهم أصلا. We solve from them. طب ال 245 question هثبت لك ازاي اللي انت حليت. You're gonna take a screenshot of this one. ما انت ما تحل هيكتب لي 245 هنا. Plus the stats. So when you enter and you finish answering the 245 question, go the stats. لا عشان انا عاوز حته هتصوروها النهارده المره دي غير، عشان اعرف الاناليسيس بتاعكم. You're gonna be sure that it's English and domains and skills. لازم يبقى على الدومينز والسكيلز يا شباب، عشان يدي لي التحليل بتاعي السكيل دي بس. domains and skills اهو، انا كده كده مسجل الحلقه دي كلها. domains and skills and go down. احنا في information and ideas اهي. and go down give me the skill of command of evidence. تصور لي الحته دي عشان اعرف عملت حضرتك فيها ايه. ايه اخبارك؟ رايحين في داهيه ولا الدنيا تمام؟ Okay? Command of evidence from where? Be sure that when you press the stats, you come in English, then domains and skills, go to the information and ideas. Information and ideas, domain, go to the skill of command of evidence, literary, scientific, and quantitative. في حد رفع ايديه؟ يس علي مرسي.
هذا الأسبوع.
اه طبعا خلال اسبوع، ما حلينا منهم يا علي مرسي اصلا. في ناس اصلا خلصت
صح.
الكويشنز كلها، فاضل لها بس كوانتيتيف. طيب في كويز ان يور ويب سايت دكتور تامر؟ لا، مع انه مفتوح but no one do it right now. When you finish we're gonna do it next time after we revise. بس لا بس ايه the story, the new story that you're gonna take 2 weeks اهو الستوري 2 weeks summary and know whatever happened in it by reading it. There is a deadline. There is a deadline. You have to just stick to that deadline. الستوري المرة دي أصعب شوية. I have sent it to you right now. This it will take 2 weeks. يعني أنا مش عاوزها الأسبوع ده عشان عندكم امتحانات وعندكم أصلا كده في day off. Happy National Day for Saudi and for us also. So this is the one. عشان انتوا بتحبوا الاي اي. اسمه إيه يا حبيبه؟ secret codes. It's a little bit harder. A little bit harder. دخلنا شويه في scientific لان المره الجايه هجيب questions relate to quantitative for this one. Thank you. See you next time. Goodbye.
سلام.
سلام.